Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to introduce a new trick trigger system, but first of all let me say a few words about trick trigger system in general and also a few words about the former trick trigger system. So all trick trigger system, both the former one and the new one, are triggers working with a laser which is able to recognize every sudden change of dynamic in the movement of the beater when the beater is near to the drum head, and of course not when the beater is near to your leg. So basically it's absolutely doesn't matter if the beater stopped exactly at 90 degrees or if it stopped at 100 degrees or 80 degrees. So if you are playing at home with your bass drum, beater stopping exactly at 90 degrees, and then you are going on a gig, the bass drum hoop is a little bit thicker or thinner, so the beater does not stop exactly at the same angle. It's not going to affect the behavior of the trigger. The trigger is going to work exactly the same. Just, of course, your feeling on the pedal is going to change a little bit, but trick pedals has this clamp which is moving backward and forward, so you can solve this anyway extremely easily. So yeah, this is the first really good advantage of the trick trigger system. It doesn't matter if the beater stopped at 90 degrees, 100 degrees, 80 degrees, it's going to work exactly the same with the same settings. So another advantage, of course, of this trigger is that it's not going to throw some triggering because of a rim shot on the snare drum or stuff like this. So already we can say that trick trigger system is very reliable because of these 2 points. So it's laser trigger. So the former version of the trick trigger system was working with this box. So basically this thing was plugged into the electricity system and was bringing power to both triggers through 5 connected pin MIDI cable like this, and was receiving back the signal of the trigger with the same cable. So well, with this trigger you have a couple of issues related to MIDI cable. So first of all, a 5-pin MIDI cable is a little bit hard to find, so if you break one of yours and if you don't have some spare ones with you, probably the venue is not going to have one for you, and even if you go at the store, maybe they are not going to have this, so it's kind of a problem. Another problem is the MIDI plug. It can get used a little bit easily after the years, so I'm using this I was using this for 4 years, maybe 5. The plug is still in quite a good shape, but still it's a little bit used already, so it would be better to have another kind of cable for this trigger. And the last issue is that the MIDI cable can be unplugged very easily. So sometimes the vibration on stage are enough to unplug your cable while you are playing, and this is kind of a problem. Well, in fact, this issue can be solved very easily. You just put some tape and that's it. But still, you know, it's a bit annoying to put some tape on your cable when you have a very quick changeover and stuff like this. And well, finally we have a problem which is going on every trick trigger system, and which is happening because of the laser, where the laser need to be connected to the electric system to have power, and so that means some kind of ground loops might happen. You know, like if the electric charge of the electricity is changing like too much, the trigger might create a signal. So yeah, if the electric charge is changing too much, you are going to have mistriggering because of this. Like you are not playing, but still you have some triggering happening. So then you have to change the thresholds of your module to avoid that kind of mistriggering, but then you have to hit harder, and so then it's a little bit harder to play, and you are not going to use that kind of trigger to hit very hard. So yeah, that was kind of an issue. It happens to me maybe 3 times in 5 years, and I don't know, 200 show maybe, but still it's a little bit annoying to have that kind of issue. So now let's talk about the new trick trigger system. So the new trick trigger system is a little bit smaller than the former one, but the good thing is that it's working with jack cable. So basically the good thing is that, let's say you break your jack cable, the venue might have a warrant for you, and probably any store is going to have that kind of jack cable. So already this is a very good thing. Also, it's pretty hard to unplug a jack cable, so vibration on stage are not going to be enough to unplug your cable from the trigger. And the jack plug is extremely reliable, so well, once you have this trigger, you can keep it for many years. I hope like 10 or 20 years, I don't know, but it's going to be more reliable than MIDI cable anyway, for sure. So that's a lot of issues solved already, but we still have 2 issues. We have the issue of mistriggering because of changing electric charge, and we have a new issue with this trigger. You have to power your triggers, both of them, the right one and the left one, with a power supply. Now you can't use this box anymore with MIDI cable in order to bring power to the triggers because you are using jack cable. So yes, you are connecting your triggers directly to your drum module with jack cable, but you have to use this power supply 1 per triggers. So it's a lot of cable in your feet area and a lot of time that you are going to lose during changeover. But if you want to solve this problem of having a lot of cable in your feet area, and if you want to solve also the problem of having mistriggering because of changing electric charge, you can use that kind of 9-volt rechargeable battery. So basically this is going to solve all the issue, because you are not going to rely on the electric system of the venue and some kind of changing voltage and stuff like this. So basically then when you are setting up, you just put this battery under the footboard, and then, well, basically you can have it connected all the time, except when you have to recharge them. Basically I can play something like 6-7 hours with the battery, so it's fine. And so yeah, when you are doing a changeover, you just set up your pedals, you switch on the battery, and the trigger, the laser is powered already. Then you just have to connect the jack cable from the trigger to the drum module, and that's it. So every problems are solved with this kind of trigger. To me it's 100% reliable. Maybe a few like double triggering sometime, but very a few, so it's great. And yeah, now we have to make some video to test this trigger. So you might remember that last time to test my former trick trigger system, I've tried to break the world records of the number of single stroke played in 1 minute and in 5 minutes. So basically it was 1 minute straight at 260 BPM and 5 minutes straight at 240 BPM. So this time I've tried something a little bit more intense. So it's like 1 minute 265 BPM and 5 minutes 245 BPM. I've tried also 5 minutes 200 BPM, 5 minutes 220 BPM, and also I've tried like 2 minutes of right foot blast beat at 260 BPM, 1 minute right foot blast beat at 270 BPM. So yeah, a first video of kind of a stamina test of the new trick trigger system. And second video, it's a kind of a live test of this trigger system. So it's one song live with Benighted at Hellfest 2018. So I hope this is going to showcase the very good quality of the new trick trigger system, and that you are going to enjoy both of this video. Cheers!